Lame. I can't even see myself with the glasses on. Do you get it? Selfless. All I am is a giant blur of fuzz when I look at myself in the mirror. I woke up tonight in the middle of the night before I'm about to go to the U forest with Simon. And I woke up to a download. Charlie was trying to teach me about Tiferet and all the good and all the shadow that comes with it. Because now we're in Hufflepuff, right? And boy, does the teaching of Hufflepuff really stink. I mean, it's beautiful, but it also stinks real hard. Let me teach you. Let me walk you through the steps. So Charlie wakes me up, and I'm realizing I've got to give more, give more, give more. I need to give until I can no longer give, and then keep giving, and then no longer give, and then like butterflies shoot out of my ass. I give so much and give and give and give and give and give and keep giving and then give and never think about anything on the return end and give and give and give and endlessly, because you know what? After graduating from Netzach, you will have transcended selflessness. Now you're just selfless and give and give and give forever and ever and ever. So Charlie goes, and Charlie goes, and Black Lives Matter. And I go, and Black Lives Matter. Because it doesn't matter if I starve to death on a beach, or they've never crossed the Nexa, or they've never even earned the right to be on this planet. They're still planetary liabilities and parasites, not like the white people aren't either. But it doesn't matter, because here in Tiferet, there is no such thing as sin. And it doesn't matter if they're rapists, that everybody is equal and there is no such thing as no harm done. It doesn't matter if they're, good black people that actually try to cross the Nexa or bad ones. All of them matter. And they're all completely forgiven. Every one of them. Because that is unity consciousness. All of them. And now I am selfless. And every act of me saying Black Lives Matter is an act of charity, because I was left to starve to death on a beach by all of them. Poor, homeless, starving. With none of them to care about me at all, much less the whales. So now, my act is an act purely of charity. And for me to graduate Tiferet, it is to give that charity without patting myself on the back for it, because that's the pride. But wait, so Black Lives Matter. But wait, so do Asian lives, and Mexican people's lives, and Native American people's lives. And so do all the cops' lives. Because there is no such thing as sin. And everybody is equal here in Tiferet. So blue lives matter too. Because we are all one. and nobody gets to vote. It doesn't matter. My 40,000 hours of shaman training is now equal to a child who only has ever had one. 1 hour of shaman training. And I love, and we all love, and we all love each other, and we all pretend that nothing ever happened. And we're all the same, because it's unity consciousness, and all the past is the past. And all we have is stories and love and sharing time with each other. And oh shit, there's a Reaver. Because all of our lack of discipline and boundaries hasn't created a shadow component to people. Because they can stab each other to death and be forgiven because there's no such thing as sin. And they can become overly hostile very quickly. And that's the beauty and the beast component. Because everybody is so loving that we now create Reavers. Reavers. There are a few types of Reavers on the planet. One will be the White Walkers. 2 will be the Space Reavers, created by Hufflepuff. And then the Reavers from the Matrix and Live, Die, Repeat. And those are the Reavers of Hode. The White Walkers are the Reavers of Netzach. And then there are the Elf Reavers of Hode also. The Orcs. And then I hear Star. It's a dimensional mastery where all your dreams come true. But we will not call upon Archangel Michael, because that's too warrior. Oh, fuck, Reavers everywhere, and a bunch of backstabbing women. Tiferet. So I shall give, and all of you shall give, and you shall give your children and your children's children, so that they can give and give and give, to the point they're being nailed to a cross, over and over and over. Because it does not matter. People's lives, apparently, the quality of their work does not matter. Because we're all equal here in Hufflepuff. So people working out does not matter. There's no such thing as hierarchy in Hufflepuff. Nobody's better than anybody else in Hufflepuff. There's no discipline. And then it's marshmallow. And that's where the my lineage is. So as the Hufflepuffs of the my lineage go around, giving light to vampires, healing rapists around the planet. Black Lives Matter, but so do all the blue lives of the cops too. We love everybody unconditionally and equally, and we do not judge, and everything is heaven. And nobody has to earn anything. And then the Mayan lineage, the Hufflepuffs, also get nailed to a cross while doing it because everybody is very angry at them. The black people are angry at the Hufflepuffs for healing the cops. And the cops are angry at the Mayan lineage for healing the black people and forgiving them and pretending like nothing ever happened between any of them ever. Tiferet. We're all just Jesus-loving, homos. And I mean homos as in we're all the same on the inside. Oh, there's another Reaver. Fuck. Now that's gonna get scary real fast. All that repressed energy and emotion. Shit. Fuck. Man, I'm starting to wish that I was Slytherin again. At least Slytherin had a way to deal with it, like a dragon. And a system of order and rules around why and who would be allowed to be in Slytherin. But Hufflepuff accepts everybody. Blame. Be blame. So I have a couple stories. One involves a snake. The other, another type of snake. But a man on a motorcycle. And why I left the dome. My time with Star had come to an end. I had muscle tested if my time with Star was helping me with my mate project. And it said no. And I had felt beaten up for about a year. And I was sick every single week. Every month I got a new cold. By the time I had left, I was almost coughing up blood. Master healers. And I wasn't even allowed to be healthy. Anyway. On a fall day in September, I was driving Arts Jetta from the apartment in which I was residing to the dome. It was a Saturday. It was Saturday at 12 p.m. I told Star I would be in around that time, but not on that time. I had been exhausted, and I never felt like I had any time for myself ever, at all, ever at the dome. So I went to a crystal store. And I looked at the crystals before I came to the dome. And I pulled out of the crystal store. I don't think I bought anything. Maybe one or two little ones. Oh no, the alarm clock's gone on. Crap. I just feel all the hate coming towards me because of this video. Whatever. When they understand what's gonna happen with Hufflepuff. Because hate comes at me for my videos because nobody understands the tree because they're all too fucking stupid to even take a Kabbalah class. And that's why we're all equal. So I left the crystal store. And I pulled out, and it was motorcycle weekend. And there were thousands of motorcyclists everywhere. Thousands. And I was like, fuck this. Most of these guys are like, gross. They're disgusting. Most of them are criminals. They're like drugged up. Most of them are angry and aggressive, and it's just, ah! And I pulled from a stop sign to make my turn. A group of motorcyclists was before me, and then a group came after me. The group that came after me started tailgating me, actually coming after me. They came after me so fast and so hard that when I went to make my turn to go into the dome, one of the men swerved around the tail of my car, fell off his bike, and died. He was both drugged up and tailgating me on purpose because I had broken up their motorcycle gang. He was coming after me as an act of aggression. I was then later sued. They did not even hit the car. I was then later sued by his wife that I was at fault because apparently I hadn't turned on my turn signal. It's very rare that I never turned on my turn signal. Then their next excuse was that it was so fast that they had to swerve around me. There's only, at the maximum speed to make that right-hand turn would be slowing the car down from 50 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour. So that time period to be able to make that sharp turn at 25 miles per hour, if it was so quick, it would have left skid marks, but there were no skid marks from a car, only a motorcycle. The wife died, and then I was still sued by the children. But we're all equal. And we're all equal in the share of the blame. I was then later told I was a murderer by Star's husband. And Star never really publicly stood up for me in front of him at all, ever. And that is why she is never going to be Gryffindor, ever, and is only going to forever remain Hufflepuff. When she no longer stood up for me, when Art called me a murderer, I left. They call me Mellow Yellow. Oh, there's another Reaver. Crap. I lost my teacher because she didn't have the balls to be God's warrior of justice. So let me tell you about the Reavers and the other shadow side of Tiferet, which is Gryffindor. Because the next Sephiroth is Gaebra. And it's Tiferet and Gaebra combined at the justice path. Because there's nothing like understanding that you're going to have to go to war against all the Reavers that Hufflepuff created, on top of bad Slytherins, to understand you're going to need to become a Gryffindor. And that's what you guys are, Gryffindors. I want you to have the brains and the bodies of Gryffindors. And some of you may have the brains of Ravenclaw too. Because there's nothing like knowing you're going to be eternally at war for all the shit that everybody else creates. God's warriors, Gryffindor. Your job is going to be to kick ass and not troll in Hufflepuff that creates stabbing warriors with all their... that creates stabbers out of pure frustration because there is no God's justice on the planet. But we're all Christ and we're all equal. But we're not, because Gaebra trumps Tiferet. There's a reason why God gave me the little cup for Tiferet. A little bit of Tiferet and a big fucking chalice for Gaebra that looks like a giant candy apple. Go Gryffindor. God's warriors. Godric Gryffindor. The Seraphim. You still have to understand the Slytherin, because that's Seraphim Knight. That's your shadow component. And you have to understand why they exist. And at the baseline, you have to take care of a planet and prevent the muggles from raping it, because you're still God's warrior. You have to do both. But you have to be Gryffindor above Slytherin. Do you see where it's impossible? Archangel Kamael in training. Collyren out. Oh wait, fuck that. There was a secondary story about the snake. This came from Ibis once upon a time. Speaking of snakes. It was at the mystery school Kabbalah class. And she was talking about the return to the Garden of Eden. Or was it the fall of the Garden of Eden? Oh, crap. Another. Let's just turn that off. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and the snake comes to seduce Eve to teach her about the knowledge. And in all of her infinite wisdom, she goes, yeah, I'd rather do that. Infinite wisdom, not stupidity. So it was supposed to happen. But when God came and goes, why did you eat from the tree of knowledge? She goes, because the snake told me to. The snake told me to. So she blamed it on the snake. It doesn't matter if the snake told her to do it. She did it. Her actions did it. That's blame. Your job is to clean up every single action that you have done. Stop blaming it on everybody else. Period. You're not allowed to be in Gryffindor at all, because you can't graduate from Tiferet if you're blaming people for who you are.